Still, I feel like people are still kind of learning a little bit.
Yes.
It's not, under the belt the same degree as, Inkwater, Mako Mart, that sort of regard. I played this map mode for the first time about an hour ago. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, hey, we got it. We got there.
Now, I believe we have 2 Marlins in here in the map pool. I think there's Marlin a couple times. I know that we specifically put it in because we wanted teams to play on it because it's new.
Yeah, I see TC in Fire Pit. TC in Wave Pool as well.
Yeah, so we have it on here a couple of times because TC Marlin, I think, is the one that players will enjoy the most.
Yeah.
Right?
And we need more tower maps also.
Yeah, honestly. And it's honestly not bad.
It's not that bad, yeah.
Right? It's kind of got the, a humpback feel to it.
I get that.
It's kind of like Anchovy. Right?
Yeah, no, I see it.
It's kind of got that same vibe, except it's just there's no giant wall that you can easily defend from now.
Exactly.
Which is better.
Yeah,
which is
a little
lot
bit
better.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, obviously Marlin and Ancho are going to be compared quite a bit because the fans.
The fans.
They're just very different in their own regards.
Praise the fan.
Praise the fan.
We're getting into things. This is round 2. This is the winner's side of this bracket. We've got Memento versus Mirage with a tri-stringer.
Tri-stringer, yeah, Mirage with a tri-stringer one trick. Shout out to Cool Yoshi. Repping one of the coolest weapons in the game. How good it is its own discussion, but...
Well, I mean, everyone saw Genesis.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, Ares is a little bit different.
Right, exactly. Crazy is an understatement with that weapon. But we're going to see things starting off right here. Cordero going to be rocking these dualies. We do see the Rapid Blaster coming out on the side of Memento, which I actually really like, right? Fusion's very much known for that Rapid Blaster, and it's such a good opportunistic weapon for tower control. But they do seem to be slightly behind the 8-ball here.
A little bit, but I mean, here comes that Trizuka trying to get the pick onto the Crab. Jacob's going to get taken down on the side of Mirage, but Memento still kind of struggling to defend this tower. Finally, Kiwi going to be taken out, and Mirage, forced back just a little bit, but Cool Yoshi trying to get set up. Fusion trying to hold forward with that Rapid Deco, close to that Inkjet. And I mean, Rapid Deco, of the Inkjet weapons, it's probably the best spot in the current meta, but that Zuka is going to find, I think, a collateral on the plat of Memento.
Now, that take back was actually very calculated, right? They just specifically said, we're not going to look at tower, we're going to take back our fan before we look at this tower, right? So because we don't want to get double pincered, we're just going to let them be, right? And they're doing the same thing right here. They're focusing on fan. Cosmos is going towards these players and just trying to land these shots and is going to be able to do so, because if you get this kind of pushback, now you're in mid, you're already at the ready to start pushing back yourselves, and it's a fast tower control map, so you're basically guaranteed to get to that 50-point yourselves.
Absolutely, and I mean, the fans are so nice because you can kind of create your own high ground while you're pushing, and I mean, that kind of interactive terrain is really good for the attacker, I feel. But Cordero trying to defend tower, and they get picked with a suction bomb. Cosmos has the angles on deck right now. Fusion popping that danger, trying to find their own angles, especially onto this backline. 3v3 right now as players are starting to respawn. Cordero finds a pick with that dually. He's going to be locked into a corner, but Memento is going to be able to find that lead, and they are still going at that second checkpoint.
All in all, very solid push from Memento. I mean, that was clean, cool, and calculated. And again, they still have control of this fan, which means that Fusion is going to be able to get jumps in, is going to be able to poke some players out, right? That's going to stop the momentum of Mirage getting back into mid, and they're going to be able to have a good opportunity here to turn things around. They might not have the special advantage quite yet, but if they can hold them off and try and get a little bit more pressure, and Cosmos can go after this tri-stringer, it's a good opportunity.
I mean, Cosmos trying to find picks here on this flank angle, but Cordero's going to find the pick with that Crab Tank here. I mean, these splashes are just raining down on either side. 2 down on the side of Memento. Mirage trying to aggress yet again onto that fan, but Cordero kind of alone, but backed up by that Trizuka, finding the pick onto Fusion. Jacob going to be taken down, though. 2v3. This is a good defense for Memento for now here. Yoshi going to be taken down as well by Farticle, and they're going to be trying to camp this jump from Cordero here as well. So it looks like that push from Mirage was very well, picked apart by Memento, very strategically done.
I think this is one of those situations where you see a team that's not quite as experienced on the strategic side, but is still a very solid, mechanically based team, right? Like they've got this squeezer that's able to laser people down, right? You've got these dualies that are actually doing such a good job of diving in and out. This tri-stringer that's able to at least land shots and keep on the pressure. But there's not that second level, right, to get past, to pick apart the players, to understand the advantages and disadvantages, the weaknesses that they can make their ground present.
Yeah, I feel like, in a weird way, I feel like Mirage is kind of fighting the weapons, whereas Memento is fighting the players in a weird sense. Like, Memento knows a bit more what Mirage is going to be wanting to do here. Just, again, that level of experience right now, and they've been doing such a good job on these defenses as well. But Cordero comes rocking in bronze, just cool, calm, and collected. Cool Yoshi going to find that pig with the Tri-Stringer there, trying to keep on this pressure, especially with the mist on the enemy plat here. Mirage has so much mid-control that they've been really struggling with pushing forward the same way they did earlier in the game.
And dude got Azuka here, and special coordination. Sometimes all you need is 1-2 specials going your way for you to get through what you need to. That's one more down, but Kiwi is going to not be able to land. Fusion on this jet is not going to go down to that crab. Cordero is not going to be able to find it, and because of that, that's at least this push saved for Memento, but Mirage is still hanging around. They've got to try one more time, 30 seconds left, to make one final play. Yeah,
and I mean, they're still living here. They're going to be backed by the cooler. They have the whale pop, they have the Zuka pop, but they're going to go 2 down. But Fusion's going to go down as well. It's 2v2 right now by this tower. Jacob's going to be riding it. Taken down by the bomb with cool Yoshi, though. That could be that little extra domino that's going to fall in favor of Memento here. Mirage trying to stay alive, but Cosmos finds one. Is going to get taken down by Jacob. It's just a bloodbath right now. An ink bath, if you will, by this pillow, but a tower moves back to mid, moves back to neutral, and Memento is going to find game 1.
That was so unfortunate for the players on Mirage. You have to look around the tower for those sticky suction bombs. They are so devious and can get you trapped up and tripped up in so many ways.
Yeah. Suction on tower has just been, it's like peanut butter and jelly, and it has been for close to 10 years now. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, it really has. It's so hard to move and try and play that objective when you have just 2-3 weapons constantly peppering you with these lethals.
I mean, back when shot meta was a bit more prevalent, tower control is obnoxious because suction bombs just coming from everywhere, like from the shots and the zaps and all over the place. So very well done from Memento, but Mirage definitely showing a lot of signs of life in that set.
Oh yeah,
or in that
sure.
game.
Like, they just need to line up their specials a little bit more, I think, right? And understand how the players of Memento are going to move because of it.
Exactly.
Because I feel like that's not what they're looking at, right? Like, they're not looking at, okay, where's my team? Where's this enemy team going to be if I'm here, if I'm shooting here? And what can I do with that information? Whereas I think Memento has a little bit more of a sense of that. Even if it's intuitive and understood, that's more of what they're playing around rather than just, I'm going to go here, I'm going to follow this up, we're going to shoot here, and we're going to try and get picks so that we can move forward.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, that second level, that more like overarching like state of the game kind of thing. I feel like Memento just gets a little bit better right now, at least if that game 1 is anything to go off of. But Mirage, absolutely very strong players. I mean, 10-point difference in tower control, really not that much at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. On Marlin too, which can feel like it can snowball super easily.
Yeah.
So and maybe it's that new map.
Maybe.
Right? Like maybe it's a map thing, and they haven't adjusted to it quite yet, and they're going to come back on Clams Museum, and it's going to be like, all right, now we've got a set.
True, yeah. I mean, Clams Museum, I feel like is one of the most like team-centric maps in the game because that basket is so far away.
It's so far away, and there's a canyon to cross in mid, and I mean that literally.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to traverse it with care. You have to make sure that you're able to climb those rocks, that you're kicking away any rats that are going to come gnawing at your fingers as you're climbing. So they have to try and do that. We're probably going to be seeing that Rapid Blaster once again out of Fusion.
Yeah, and there it is.
Sticking to it.
It seems like Memento feels pretty strong on this comp. Cordero going to be switching over to the Tetris.
Yes.
Yeah, I think from what I know about Cordero, they're kind of a general dually specialist. I know there's a good amount of time when he was on the dually squad train, but now seems to have switched more to the B dualies and the Tetris.
Yeah, he definitely has the Tetra and the B dually on the team sheet that we put out. Is going to be jumping away here, getting a little bit too lost in the sauce. That is that orange ink. And going to be backing up for now. Oh, good turnaround by Kiwi, but not able to quite land that last 4th shot onto Fusion. This is looking like it's going to be early winnings for Memento.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been a triple there for Kiwi, but Memento is going to be able to escape that pretty well. Cosmos firing their last Zuka shot here. Fusion going to be popping that Inkjet as well, and Memento trying to make a charge onto that plant. They have a ton of clams right now. They can easily make a power clamp whenever they wish. But, I mean, this stage of the game, the enemy spinner is so defender favored. It can be so hard to organize yourselves, even with the number advantage. But right now, it's just going to be Cool Yoshi backing up, tossing a regular clamp at the basket. Oops.
Bronze definitely wanted that basket open right now. It doesn't even matter if he has any clams or not. What was that?
That was It's a Me Mario, I guess. Fartsicle with the great reflatter cancel with that Zuka at least.
So, on Memento's page, they have we'll lock in game 2 trust. And right now, I need to see them lock in. Hell, like I want to see them just go after this clumped up Mirage comp. That's exactly what Fusion's going to try and do. And you see the shots coming in from the side, a little bit of bait and switch as they're able to shove back the forces of Mirage. That Stringer is not going to have any room to breathe with this Inkjet being shoved all the way into their face, making sure they're smelling it deep. They've got one power clam in, Fartsicle up on the top ropes here, just no contest getting in these clams, and is able to take one down as well. That's a good solid push to start off.
That's a solid push. Now on clamlets, I do like to look at that 60-point mark because that's the territory where 2 power clams can get in that basket, and that can be kind of easy because you get one member there and then you jump 2 power clams. I mean, you can score that pretty well, and Memento has not reached that checkpoint yet. So Mirage still has a fighting chance, but that clam economy is entirely in Memento's favor at the current moment.
Right, exactly. As well as just it feels like the positional advantages as well, right? Look at the paint, as well as just how they're getting surrounded by the pop shots from Fusion, by the shots always coming in from the other side, right? It's such a good coordinated effort, and now Bronze has 7 clams. And although this whale is going to shut them down for the time being, they've got 2 powers, and there's not a lot of resistance on their path.
Yeah, Bronze is just going to run it forward, going to cycle that power clamp a little bit, going to get 2 in the basket. There we go, 41 points, and so much more score can be coming down, but Fusion is not going to be able to make it to that basket quite yet. The other shot player got taken down. A few more clams coming in. 32 is where the current mark is going to stand. It looks like that's going to be all that Memento is going to get on this go-around, but Mirage has been kind of, crumbling under the pressure that Memento's been putting, and even still, Fartsicle here finding more picks and putting on even more pressure.
Ooh, no dice from that Tetra. No lucky 7's going to be getting those rolls down. That's going to be at least a Zuka and a power clam for Memento. This is already looking like they missed the power clam.
They missed the throw.
That's unfortunate. Now that's not locking in.
Yeah, I mean, they could lock in just a little bit more. I mean, they were looking pretty good, but Cool Yoshi started to lock in themselves, going to be able to find that pick on the Fartsicle there, and it looks like Memento, finally off of the platform of Mirage. They can start to get something substantiated a little bit, but at what cost? There's a minute 20 left in the game, and even still Memento is making even more power clams.
Right, and they're really just trying to force the power clams into their own territory by picking up a lot of them, by making those power clams, and by shoving the team of Mirage back at every instance. A great turnaround play from Cosmos. I think that he could have gone for that. I don't think that they realized he was down there. I think that they thought he'd fall off or didn't fall down or something. I think he could have done something with that, but it looks like Jacob wants to do something with this. Going to be able to take down Fusion. 2 clams going to be getting in for the members of Mirage, it looks like.
Oh, but Bronze finds a great pick on the zap, trying to run away from the basket when they had 6 clams, and now Ted was going to jump in, going to get that camp. Beautiful defense from Memento. Again, picking apart the offensive Mirage so effectively here, able to hone in on the right player to pick at just the right time. Just great foresight. That just comes with that experience that we've been talking about throughout this entire set.
And there's so much room for Memento to fall back to that it's hard for Mirage to engage, because that's what this comp really wants to do, is they want the Tetras to go forward and give those midline kind of range threats room to breathe. But when you're fighting a Tetra, or when you're fighting a Rapid, and you're fighting a Pencil, like, that's never going to work. There's 2 clans that I'm sure one of the shots has, and is just going to start throwing that in. Yeah, looking up top, Fusion.
And Bronze is going to get that knockout there. Memento with a much stronger game 2. They really did lock in game 2, I guess.
They really did, actually.
Up 2-0 in the set.
Yeah, this is about what I expected. No shade to Mirage, but like I know the players on Memento very well. They're not here to have any scares and pools.
Yeah, I mean, they're not playing no games unless that game is Splatoon 3, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
But I mean, they're here to take it. They're here to just. I mean, I don't know if they're first seed in the pool, but
yeah.
I mean, I would imagine.
Yes, they are.
Okay, good. Yeah. I mean, they're showing their stripes a little bit. Oh my goodness.
Okay, that is not us. That
Whoa,
was for Smash.
yeah. Okay, hype gameplay going on. I see some Ice Climbers versus Mario.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
You don't see Ices every day.
You do not see Ices every day. That is very true.
Especially, I mean, I guess especially in Ultimate. I mean, Melee, actually, maybe Ultimate has a little bit more than Melee. I don't know.
Now, after the Wobbles ban.
Yeah, and now that Slug is like playing less. Because like there was that point in time when Slug was just
Slug
top
was
10.
going after everyone.
Slug was crazy.
All right, anyways, that's Melee talk.
Wrong game, my bad, my bad. we loved Nintendo too much, I guess. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I do.
I don't know.
No, we do. I love Nintendo too much. It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, thanks for the docs. Appreciate it.
Splatoon's Mahi Mahi.
Let's get into it.
This is also a very good map if you're on the side of Memento.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you've got the pencil, you've got the rapid, you've got the
two
Suzukas.
shots, yeah.
And it sounds like the players on Mirage don't exactly have the deepest weapon pools to try and come up with some kind of counter strategy, and they just need to figure out exactly how they're going to attack things, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that going back to that V-dually is important.
Oh, yeah. No, Crab Tank is incredibly integral for, I feel like, what Mirage is going to want to do on this game.
Exactly. As well as, I just don't know if I believe in the squeezer right now.
Yeah.
It seems like that wall isn't doing too much. It didn't do too much on Marlin either. I think switching to something like a machine is going to be a lot better for putting out a wall of pressure rather than a literal wall.
Yeah, because that, I mean, machine, I mean, the ink efficiency, I guess, is kind of comparable, but having that Fizzy Bomb and having that Booyah Bomb as well, really, really solid. I mean, I guess Jacob could also switch to that Neo Kit with the Sensor and the Zuka, but let's just get right into it. Game 3, potential set point here for Memento. Last chance for Mirage to get something going. I see the Range Blaster from Jacob.
Now I like that.
I like Range Blaster.
I like that a lot.
I'm happy here. Range is so good on this map.
As well as Chump Sprinkler for the Tri-Stringer, which I actually like even more.
Yeah, we love Chumps. We love Chumps.
I do love Chumps. I love Chumps here specifically because like it's wide enough that it really, it's like Trip Strikes on Sparkle and Dime. And
that's an early wipeout.
I guess that doesn't really make too much of a difference if you just get dove on first thing as you're coming out the gate. That was insane. I didn't even, I literally missed it.
I looked at you to talk, to like see what you're talking about, and then I looked at the screen and 3 of them were dead. Like, it was just so incredibly fast from Memento, and already cycling the Tri-Stringer Zuka, really locking Mirage into their own plat right now, making them feel uncomfortable to approach. And right now, water level is going to be dropping. Fusion, we see Chumping on stream. Let's
Fusion
go!
got chumped for real, and that's the Reef Slider not getting the play that it wants to. The Cooler at least putting in a lot of work for the members of Mirage, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough quite yet. They're going to try and paint the zone. They're at least going to get this cap. That's at least one positive for the members of Mirage. The Cordero's doing enough work to get that cheese, but they need a lot more than that stinky feta.
The stinky Gorgonzola, maybe. I don't know. Something. Oh, wow. Cosmos just finds that blind Zuka pick over there, and Jacob's going to be going down as well on that Range Blaster. It's just going to be the dually and the bow.
You see, how did Cosmos just walk in there? You know what I mean? I think that's the kind of the difference, right? Is understanding like, hey, we need to prevent people from getting all the way into our base. Let's move to where they're going to be trying to jump at us.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's exactly it. Just that little level of awareness of Memento over what does my opponent want to do? How are they going to win the game? Looks like how they're going to win the game is by having Cordero get that Reef Slider to cap that zone. Just trying to stay alive here. Bronze is able to find one shot on him, not going to be able to get the full pick. Jacob trying to control some kind of area with his range blaster, has Wavebreaker, but they're going to get collided by Zuka with that backline here.
I have a pop quiz for you.
Yeah, what's up?
How do you approach a pencil? I think that if anyone had that answer, I think we would stop seeing it, period.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like just the answer is, I mean, Zuke trying to just oppress it as much as possible from far range, but I mean, Memento has been really good at denying that answer from Mirage, and at this point, 15 points left on the timer. Mirage has to drop down into zone, into the loving arms of Memento, and that looks like Cordero trying to stall this a little bit longer. Wow, going to be able to stall it a little bit longer.
But they need to follow up on that, right? Like, Cordero has really been the sacrificial lamb, and finally Kiwi's able to find one. She's been doing a good job at pumping out these coolers, but I feel like she needs to be the person to shut down those short-range threats, these shots, so that the Range Blaster and the Tetras can get into the positions that they need to without feeling overwhelmed, and that's exactly what they've been doing. Kiwi goes down here, but it might be enough, as long as they don't die to these Zukas, that Mirage could take this game.
Yeah, I mean, Mirage, for the first time, has a definitive advantage in this game. And now, I mean, you know, the water dropping kind of comes back to bite Memento a little bit because they have to, you know, take that one-way drop, which is kind of hard, you know, to back up from. But Fusion going to find a pick with that Rapid, going to try and pop the Ninja with the Zuka, and that is going to be enough to get the pick onto Kiwi as well. Yoshi.
Hold on, Yoshi found one.
Whoa.
And it's only Cosmos left standing by the zone. Fusion and Fartsicle are coming from the other side. They're at least going to get this one for now, but that's a good stand by Mirage. They're going to have to make one more good stand to get this game in their favor. Cordero diving up Fusion. Cordero diving up Fusion. It's exactly what they needed.
But they're going to reject him with the slider and not even going to cap the zone from that. So unfortunate. A little more special power could have done it there. Could have gotten that cap from Mirage, but Memento is going to be taking that to the bank. Oh, and an extra snipe onto cool Yoshi. 15
that's
points.
How the fat lady sings, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's going to be a 3-0 from Memento. I mean, Mirage did what they could. That game one was so incredibly strong from them, but Memento got a little bit more momentum, and it just spirals out of control. Tough
if you're Mirage. I feel like you go in expecting that, and you put up a good fight, right? But, you know, you go down to losers. You win, you get the higher seed in Redemption, and you go tomorrow.
Yeah, GG, we go next.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think all these teams are guaranteed to play tomorrow, or at least play more after the pool stage, right?
Well, yeah, every team plays more after pools.
Yeah.
Right? Some teams go to Redemption, some teams go to Wave Pool. I guess maybe I should do the whole shebang here.
Yeah, actually, while we have time, why not?
While we have some time, right? Because I'm sure that this is, we might be running on time. Point being, the biggest thing is that everyone plays in group stage. From group stage, you have three passages out.
Yeah.
You can either go directly to Top Cut, Top 24. You either go directly to Redemption.
Yeah.
And from Redemption, you can either go to Top Cut or a lower bracket. And then the last 3 or 2 teams go to a lower bracket.
Yeah, go to
But
Wave Pool.
Redemption does not go to the same lower bracket that the players who went out on the group stage went to.
So there's Wave Pool, then there's the bracket if you lose in Redemption, which I think is Fire Pit.
Fire Pit.
And then it's Top 24.
Yes.
Gotcha.
There's someone who made like a flowchart.
Yeah.
Because of how confusing it was.
I mean, as a competitor, I feel like it's just like, play the set you're told to play.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're fighting this guy? Cool. Let's find a setup.
And that's kind of how it is for a lot of these players too, right? They're here because they want to play the game, right?
Exactly.
Some of them are a bit more interested in their placing. Some of them are a bit more interested in like, all right, well, I want to get matches closer to my skill level, right? And that's why we do these lower brackets, right? A lot of players that go out in Redemption, especially because some of them will only like play like 3 games and then 2 games.
Yeah.
We want to give them a few more matches at the least and give them like a little bit more of a spotlight as well, a little bit more time to shine.
Yeah.
So that's why we do that. That speaker is so loud.
Yeah, I'm hearing hammer music.
What? I don't even know what that is. All right, anyway.
I think it's the hammer in Smash. I mean, I don't know why hammer's being popped over there.
Yeah.
Probably a side bracket, I guess. I don't know. Or just friendlies.
Or friendlies.
Who's to say?
But yeah, point being, bracket, the tournament is complicated. I thought Siren was yelling for me.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Like literally, okay. When I talk about TO brain, this is what I mean. I hear something like that and it just goes on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what problem do I need to solve? Who is yelling for me? What
do we need? What do we need right now?
Because really, making sure that this thing runs on time.
Oh yeah.
Is the hardest thing to do.
Because it runs till 10 p.m. today.
Like the schedule is more packed than it has been at any tournament that I've run except for Big House. And Big House was my first event, and that was scary as well. That was very scary. Oh, God.
I mean, you made it through Big House.
I did make it through Big House, and we were able to somehow get it all on stream, even though we were almost not. We were almost having to shut down. Okay, now, to be fair, it was Starburst versus Big in Grands, and that was a 4-0 or something.
I don't remember. I'm going to be honest.
That's because it was the most anticlimactic set of all time.
Yeah. Because Starburst just swept everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and the losers finals was hype.
Yeah.
It was such a good set.
Yeah. I feel like that's how tournaments go sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's just losers finals is super hype, and then the team that's in winners grands is in there for a reason.
Yeah. That tends to happen. So that's probably about Starburst, what Starburst is going to be doing as well.
Yeah. I mean, it is Starburst. I guess. Who are some of the other teams that you could see breaking out into, I guess, top 24 especially, that you know maybe aren't quite seated there, but I guess that you've seen that have a good shot at making there, I guess.
That aren't in top 24? We're doing this again.
Oh, man.
Are people cheering for that?
What does the Magic8Ball say?
You gotta shake
it.
I predict that Jelly Squids is going to have a resurgence and that they're going to make it into top 24 by the skin of their teeth. I think that there was another team that I was looking at. Which one was it? I don't. It definitely adds to the bit.
Oh, it makes it so much better.
There was another team.
All right.
I can't think of it right now. Hibiscus. Hibiscus was one that I was like,
oh
this
yeah,
team,
no.
This team has enough like heavy hitters to like make something happen in Redemption.
Oh yeah, no. Hibiscus has some sauce. I mean, I guess, you know, as the token low-level player here, I guess, they made Alpha Bracket the last low ink, so they're on that climb a little bit. And they're a pretty recently formed team, so I could definitely see them making a huge run. And I'm friends with both of them, so
gotcha.
I'm wishing for the best.
Are you gonna ask me another question?
I just might, yeah. Ooh, what to ask?
You can ask me anything.
I could ask you anything. It's just analysis by paralysis. You know, there's too much to wonder. I guess. What set do you think could hold up the tournament a little bit too long? Just what set do you think might hold up the tournament a little bit?
I think that the set that Starburst plays first round of 24 is going to hold up the tournament.